Yare kwara kimbo. Onye mali fege so kuye menia. Aga keje na ki were magi tino. Ego amara bayame ala la mora. Onye saya magamba ya botano boko alere. Niwe manebe oandewe. Igirigi oandewe. 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 Gabriel Wednesday di mbumaji kekene onyoma. Onyoma kabese dote kini gadelibo. Ekumuka neti na ruma choronso. Onyoma isi onye mani feke sopu yemenia. Onyoma na ni tenansa ni gadiri modo. Asili gadi keji makanesha di akwafu. Kebu Wednesday di buo oyemuni gadilibo. Mani we manebe oandewe. Iyogogo oandewe. Iyogogo oandewe. Iyogogo oandewe. Iyogogo oandewe. Ije oyolema. Kweke Idu. Omideji. Ajula. Oshoma. Egema. Ije. Love area misio. Love adure. Mama. Esa le figa cha. Ifo mo ni tiye ni abo baby. Oyo. Iworiwo. 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 Nobule. Iworiwo. Nobule. Iworiwo. Nobule. Iworiwo. Nobule. Iworiwo. Lobo. Iworiwo. Iworiwo. Oberebara. Iworiwo. Iworiwo. Alowere. Iworiwo. Iworiwo. Adure. Adure lele. Adure. Adure lele. Idupasi maka. Iworiwo. Idupasi misio. Iworiwo. Idupasi mu. Iworiwo. Iwolololo. Adiwe bile bakawe. Iworiwo. Iworiwo. Saka. Iworiwo. Ije. Iworiwo. Ije. Nobule. Iworiwo. Nobule. Nobu. Iworiwo. Oberebara. Iworiwo. Alowere. Iworiwo. Iworiwo. Adure. Adure lele. Adure. Adure lele. Idupasi maka. Iworiwo. Idupasi mi. Iworiwo. Idupasi maru. Iworiwo. Iwolololo. Adiwe bakawe. Iworiwo. Iworiwo. Roso ebele. Roso no ebele. Magiko. Iworiwo. Adure ebele. Adure ebele. Adure. Azubo. Iworiwo. Iworiwo.
Hey guys, I'm Fash. My epic party idea is to supersize my tent. You supersize them.
I'm getting this joy. Oh, yeah.
so I pay.
But I'm really somebody. But I'm your money devil. Yeah, you know. I'm not for you.
Hello, just again, bro. Hello, hello, just again, bro. Hello, H is in there. Hello, am I communicating? Hello, And anything, any statement, anybody from anywhere makes now is captured live and relayed to the entire world, where our people right now are locked on to monitor this important broadcast. Let us not forget, fellow compatriots, that we are right now in the studios of the Voice of Biafra International and the Biafra Broadcasting Authority, coming to you live from the city of Munich, Germany. My name is Ikenna Obibiegono, your program coordinator. And of course, like everybody knows, as well advertised in the past days, our special guest this evening is no other person than one of the most important personages, not just in Biafra land today, but in the entire African continent. Somebody whose name, once it is mentioned, some people, some nations catch cold. So we are here this evening for him to be our special guest, to take questions from us on some of the most troubling things that bother the nation today, more especially on the part of the security. I have the pleasure, fellow compatriots, introducing to you. If I use the word His Excellency, I am not exaggerating, because in a matter of time, he is going to be a part of the Biafra important personages. Take it or leave it. Alhaji Mujahid Alamadiabale Asare Dokobo. His Excellency, sir, welcome to the program.
Good evening, all fellow Biafrans and all the people who are listening to this program.
Thank you very much, sir. Let me have equally the pleasure welcoming Dr. Chukuma Egemba joining us from London. Dr. Egemba, you are welcome. I also welcome Udog Mwinya. Udog Mwinya is joining us from one of the Scandinavian countries, Denmark. Udog, you are welcome to the program.
Thank you so much, Ikenna. I'm here tonight and I'm happy that I will be on air with you and with Eddie Abame, which I'm so glad to have him here with us tonight.
Thank you so much.
I'm here with you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. From Germany, Munich, Germany, here in Bavaria, Tony Moneke is joining us. Tony, you are welcome to the program.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm also very pleased to have the Abane in this program. You are welcome, sir.
And also from Japan, Osaka in particular, Echezena Udeze is joining us. Echezena, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you so much, Mr. Gannon. Chief Asadoku, you're highly welcome. We're happy to have you today. Thank you.
You are welcome. Of course, we also take this opportunity and welcome Iketu Amo is joining us from Biafra land, and Eke Olivet from Biafra land, Ofoleta Chetachi, Biafra land. I will say Nigeria, please. Mark also Biafra land, Edu Eastwood, Obu Biafra land, Emenike, Wewe Biafra land, Chinedu Nadi Biafra land. Ifex Kennedy, Chikere George, Ifeanyi James, Chief Peters, host of others, the list is long. And other people joining us through our radio, we welcome all of you to this evening's broadcast. As I have informed you, our most important personage this particular evening is Alhaji Mujahid Asare Dokobo. Welcome once again our special guests. And now we go to the business of the day. Our this evening's topic shall range from personal security, personal safety, then to the general. But we have to start from the particular. And that goes like this, sir. Some time ago, There was much news on social media, even on some national tabloids, that more than a million naira was mapped out by a particular group in Biafra land. Let me say IPOB. We have to be specific, calling a spade, no matter whose ox is God. The certain amount of money was mapped out for purposes of luring you, Alhaji Mujahid Asari Tokubo, a frontline Biafran gentleman, to lure you out and possibly get you eliminated, or if I should use that military word, assassinated. Now, when this particular news was seen or read on social media everywhere, some people were out in outright condemnation, wondering at what stage, at what point did the Biafra struggle degenerate to the point of killing our fellow Biafrans. Of course, there was a segment of the people belonging to that particular group who were quite neutral, neither saying yes or no. But for all I know, 90% of the entire Biafrans stood in outright condemnation of that particular attempt. Now, sir, our people would like to know from you, as they are joining us globally, were you aware of that particular plot to get you, to lure you out first and then subsequently get you assassinated? If you were aware of that, how did you respond to that particular threat? And were you able to identify the particular culprits? Our people would like to hear from you in details. Thank you, sir.
My dear brothers, when Nnamdi Kanu started his broadcast on Radio Biafra, a lot of people called me to complain that Nnamdi Kanu was abusing us. He was calling myself and some other Niger Deltans pipeline contractors, pipeline security guards, and so on. But I told them that it was not necessary for me to respond to him, since what he's calling people to was Biafra, and I was also a Biafra. Our personal differences should not in any way affect the movement for the liberation of our nation. Having said that, some of my field commanders, Obioma, Playboy, and others, came to me that they want to join the IPOB. And I gave them the permission to join the IPOB. When Nnamdi Kanu was arrested as a brother, I went out on my way to start to issue statements for his release. I had no contact with his people. An injury to one is an injury to all. I did not have contact. It was Nnamdi Kanu himself who called me from Kuwait and asked me to forget and forgive, that we should be able to work together. After that, Uche Mefo, Omyomyo, Ironya, and everybody called. We had several meetings. We had several exchanges. They sent their people to me for training, about 100 of them, and we lived. When Ironya, Omyomyo, and others had disagreement with it, they are alive. I begged them not to go public. I told them if they go public, it will destroy our struggle and people will laugh at us. So the same people, we held several meetings how we are going to move this struggle forward. The core of the BSS, Jasper, all of them that formed the BSS, they all came to my town. They all came to my place and worked under me. So for me, where we disagreed was during the Anambra State election. I told them there was no need for us to record the life. I am not from Anambra State. I don't see how I'm going to benefit, but I know that Obiano will not serve the interests of Biafra. He will have a chunk of Biafra money in his hand to align with the enemy of the Biafra. That was where the disagreement started until they started their blackmail, until it blew into the open. Now, this attempt to kill me, they have been inboxing me, they've been writing me, I'm not afraid. Their leader is hiding somewhere. He feels that he's safe. Nobody can get to him. Nobody is looking for him to do anything to him. We are in Biafra land. We move every day. We are hated by the Nigerian state. We are being hunted by the Nigerian state. And Nnamdi Kanu and his goons are working with the Nigerian security service to eliminate every Biafran who does not belong to their movement. So they've been threatening how they are going to kill me. When the soldiers came to my house to arrest me and my people resisted and the soldiers did not arrest me and left, they said, very soon you will die. There is even on my wall, it's not on my wall. They say it every day. One of my commanders called me, as somebody from Malaysia who is working with the IPOB, called me, and another person in Aba called me that they've been given this thing to eliminate me and to be very careful. I am a woman being, I am not superwoman. So my life is not more important than the life of all other people. So I don't know who the people are that want to eliminate me, but I know that one of my commanders, who is also a member, who joined IPOB, that somebody from Malaysia called and offered him money to make sure that they eliminate me. I put it in the public domain because I know that these persons are not in the Biafra state. What they want is to make noise, be noticed, and then be settled. We should be asking questions. Their followers do not ask questions. How did Nnamdi Kanu leave Biafra to Israel, to the UK, when his house was surrounded? How did his parents leave? His wife and all other people said the Nigerian government killed. If the Nigerian, I have kids, I was with his younger brother, he came to me severally, we spoke, fine boy. So, how did Nnamdi Kanu, did he vanish? How did he get to where he is? We are not going to talk more on what happened, what transpired. To God be the glory, but I want to say that whatever weapon that Nnamdi had fashioned and his goons to eliminate those who are standing firm on Biafra, it will fail woefully. Biafran's struggle cannot be the struggle of one particular individual. The struggle is too big for one particular individual. It is our collective strength that will bring Biafra. It is not our pettiness that will bring Biafra. We all have different area of strength and different area of weakness. It's when we combine our different area of strength that we will become so strong that we'll be able to defeat the enemy. So it is wrong for one man to assume that he alone can lead the people of Biafra, and he alone should be the person that should be heard and should be known when Biafra is born. Who is in Biafra to say that? Every Biafran is an equal stakeholder in this Biafran project. Mujahid Tokuba Sare Alamede Abal is an equal stakeholder with my senior brother, Rafo Azuke, with yourself, with all other persons, with the smaller Biafra. We are all equal stakeholders in this project. And what is the project? The project is to see in our lifetime the independence of the Biafran state, where our people will be free to express themselves, to live a fulfilled life, and carry the dignity and the pride of the black man, and show to the whole world that we are not inferior to other people. This is the Biafran project.
Sorry, please. Thank you very much, sir. Before we continue, let me have the pleasure of welcoming Barrister Honorable Samuel Ezebiro joining from London. Samuel, you are welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, sir.
I also welcome Ume Maslinus joining us live now from Lagos. Ume Maslinus, you are welcome. Uchenna Okeke is joining us right now from Macro, the Benue State. Uchenna, you are welcome.
Thank you very much, the moderator. Good evening, all.
Yeah, and Sonny Emmanuel Mwabisi joining us from Biafra land. Sonny, you are welcome.
Thank you, my brother.
Jude Chijoke joining us from Lagos. Jude, you are welcome. Bright is joining us right now. Yeah, just gentlemen, once I mention your name, don't bother talking much. We know we identify you. Bright also is joining us right now from the Polytechnic Nekede and a host of others whose names I wouldn't mention, subject to severe limitations of time. Gentlemen, we welcome all of you. Now, back to you, sir. Equally, not so long ago, there was a similar thing that happened, but this time around, before anybody realized it, they had carried out that particular dastardly act. That was the elimination or assassination of Prophet Nwoko. When this assassination was carried out, sir, I remember you came on air to condemn some segments of the IPOB outrightly for being involved in this particular act. Now, the question arises, sir, with this attempt to get you assassinated and the successful one carried out on Prophet Nwoko, do you think this particular move is going to help us in Biafra? And what possible Biafra shall we be envisaging if this type of thing continues unchecked?
I think that there is no way a group of Biafrans will have the license to kill and to maim fellow Biafrans, and it will be good for Biafra. The Biafra they want to create is the Biafra of the promise. A man stands up and says that when he says speaking is fire. We are creating Biafra, we want to create is a secular state where everybody will be free. All Biafrans will be free to express themselves. Had anybody visited South Africa? Apart from the problem of immigrants having problems, foreigners having problems, the South African society is built on the solid foundation of constitutionality. It's built on a foundation of unity in diversity. People are allowed to express themselves and their beliefs. Everybody aspires. God is personal to an individual. God is personal because we do not have uniform religious belief. I cannot say because I am a Muslim, every Biafran must become a Muslim. You cannot say because maybe you believe in Akaso, every Biafran must believe in Akaso. You cannot say because you believe in a Gbetu, Amadioha, everybody should believe that such a country will never be. Such a country will never have progress. The killing of Cleric Woko. Cleric Woko called me, and that was why I was very angry. He called me. I don't know him. He called me before his death that Nnamdi Uche Mefo and his group wants to kill him. They've been threatening him. And that was why immediately I heard one woman called me, and I thought he was the person. And the woman called me and said, they have killed him, they have killed him. And I said, killed who? Killed who? She said, they have killed Boko. And I said, that day I was so hungry. They cannot deny that they killed Boko. They will be brought to justice. If they are not brought to justice today, they will be brought to justice when Biafra is independent. They must be brought to justice. We cannot condone a situation where some people will become shark in the Biafran river to be consuming fellow Biafra. No, we will not allow that. So for me, I am not the only person they are planning to kill. Listen, I am not the only person they are planning to kill. I think they are planning to kill a lot of people. Even if it is possible to use the security of this evil contractor, Nigeria, they are going to do it. As far as I'm concerned, the hierarchy of IPOB, because I've been long in this struggle to know when counter-revolutionary elements raise their head, counter-struggle elements raise their head within the confines of the struggle. IPOB is a counter-struggle organization. IPOB has nothing to do with the Biafran struggle now. They have become turncoat and they are working hand in glove with the Nigerian state. That's the truth.
Yeah, it is good we are hearing all these things from the horse's mouth because since the incidents, came to the fore, many people have become some doubtful Thomases. But now, majority of our people are listening to this program for different parts of the world. It is really good that we get this information direct from you. Now, sir, I will ask you another question. Uh, After that, I will allow people logged on from different locations to take the questions. I wouldn't like to monopolize the questions. Those who are going to ask questions, if I call you, you ask your question and you have to make it brief because we have a lot of people online. Thousands of our people are listening to this program from what I'm seeing on our screen right now, and some are even sending their messages through writing. Now, before I give chance for them to ask the question, let me have the opportunity now welcoming Valentine Ogoji joining us from Port Harcourt. Valentine, you're welcome. And also, okay, let me keep on from there. Now, sir, to a more national question or issue. Last week, Professor Ango Abdullahi, you know him very well, the chairman Arewa Northern Elders Council, he was a guest to this particular station. Just like in 2 days' time, Dr. Nyagodo will be our guest. Now, while Professor Ango Abdullahi was answering questions, of course, we put it across to him that a time was when he made a statement that in the event of any civil catastrophe in this urban country called Nigeria, that the Fulani tribe will be able to surmount any obstacle, defeat any opposition, whether the Oduduwa, the Biafra, or any other tribe. Now, he was speaking against the backdrop of these threats by Miyetti Allah vis-a-vis herdsmen. And the question arises, sir, for the very fact that federal government is hell-bent on establishing Roga settlement every part of Biafra land and other parts of southern Nigeria, thereby bringing herdsmen and Miyetti Allah. Now, it is on record, like we have been hearing in the past 2 days, that 2.2 billion, I repeat, 2.2 billion has been mapped out to compel the entire southern Nigeria into accepting the Ruga settlement. Sir, as a strong man of the Biafra land, how would you react to this threat of Ruga settlement vis-a-vis Fulani being able to conquer any other tribe, Biafra inclusive?
Amga Abdullahi and myself have engaged ourselves several which you have been in the news. Amga Abdullahi, I've told him in 2012 that when the battle starts, it's a war. He should not run. Because anywhere he is hiding, anywhere, I told him in 2012 that anywhere Amga Abdullahi will hide, we will smoke him out. I told him in 2012. And he boasted when Buhari came to power that I will be killed, I will be thrown away. I've survived 4 years of Buhari. He has not been able to kill me and throw me away. That's number one. Number two, maybe he does not know that the Fulani people have been driven out of Central African Republic. They were defeated by the anti-Balaka, a purely African group, drove them out of Central African Republic. So if the anti-Balaka, an African group, drove them out of Central African Republic, openly hate their hearts, kill them before television camera, eat their heart raw, and Amga Abdullahi is boasting, I feel sorry for him.
Now,
as far as I'm concerned, they should give all the money they want to give to them. It is time.
Now, since
It's
he has...
time.
Okay, God, sir.
They should give them the money, but as far as I'm concerned, there will be no rule. And in the case of any war, that will be their final resting place. This place they call the Niger Delta. When the white man came, the name he called this place was White Man Graveyard. If 50 white people came, only 10 left alive. They will not even enter this land. They will die. I assure you, they will die. We will use them. I am a Muslim, but majority of the gods in the John land, they take human sacrifice. We will be very happy. All the gods are very hungry now because we are going to give, they are going to give for free sacrifice. So let Amga Abdullahi prepare that. I'm speaking sincerely, I'm not joking, I'm sarcastical. I am telling you the truth. In any war that will come, the Fulani and their collaborators, whether they are Fonjas, Yoruba people, there anybody who want to collaborate with them, it will be the quickest and the fastest war in the history of his work.
Sir, honestly, when you speak, the enemy catches cold. When you speak, our people are so much excited and we are so much proud of you as a Biafran. Now, there are many other questions I will ask, but I have to give chance to our crew members joining us from different parts of the world. Let them take their questions. Let me move down to London, where, let me see. Oh, sorry, please. Please, gentlemen, check your various backgrounds. We wouldn't take any noise, please. Check your various backgrounds. Recognize the importance of this particular broadcast. Suspend whatever you are doing. If you cannot do that, I log you out. Please, gentlemen. Now, let me move down to Scandinavia, Denmark, where Ujogo Nwenya is. Ujogo, you ask your question, make it very, very brief, please. You have heard him from his personal security threat that was issued to him to statement in response to Professor Ango Abdullahi. Now, take question from any angle of what he has said so far. Make it very, very brief. Udog Nwenya. And hold on, please. If you ask your question, I will ask equal another person to take his own question so that our guest speaker will take them at a go. Udog Nwenya, over to you.
Thank you so much. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. My name is Udo Gwenya. I'm here in Scandinavia, Denmark. Alhaji Asale Dokubo, I greet you. I thank so much that I'm happy today that you are here with us. I've been hearing about you, and I know you are a moving trailer. And anybody who wants to stand in front of you, you will crush him. I like action. I don't like mouth. Talk without action is nothing. Our people is dying today because they make mouth without any action. I asked them, have they contacted Asale for this struggle? I was in this struggle since 2013 with Nnamdi Kanu. And why I entered this struggle is because the word he mentioned that we will destroy the zoo, and anything that we wage him not to destroy the zoo, the person will destroy. He needs 100 men, and he said that without war, he cannot go ahead with this struggle. He don't need any peaceful Biafra. He needs war. So, and I myself, I think, yes, this man come because of is what I want. Because without war, Nigeria cannot divide. Without fight,
Please,
Nigeria cannot divide.
Udog, make it brief. Go to their
So
question.
what I want to ask now to Alhaji Asare Dokubo, please. Do we not have any men again in Biafra land as you are down in Biafra land? Do we have men in Biafra land that can take over this struggle, or are we going to hope in IPOB? Because I want to hear from you concerning this one. This is my question.
Okay.
The second question is about the Fulani herdsmen who is killing people in southeast and south. What is your plan, and what is the plan, and what are we doing to make sure we drive them out? So let other people to speak, because I see that we have a limit time. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Ujogo. Let the second person take question before our guest speaker takes over. Tony Moneke, joining us from Germany. Tony, take your question, and then our guest speaker will answer. Then we give another people chance. Tony Moneke.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Alaj, for being in this program. My name is Anthony Mwaneke, and then I'm a co-presenter in vobi, Munich, Germany. It's not really going to be a difficult question anyway. I know this struggle, we started this struggle long ago, and then I have seen your movement, and I've seen the way you have handled most of the cases that were coming out in this Biafran land. But my concern is one, I don't know how far, because when we talk about Biafra, Biafra is not about Ijo, Biafra is not about Igbo. Biafra is about these people I mentioned and the other of our brothers, like in Cross River State, Anang, Itibio, Ijo, all those people that made up Biafra. My question is, as one of the leaders in this region, how far have you gone to integrate these people, to make them know that we are struggling for Biafra, and how far have you been able to succeed in that? Secondly, if there's going to be any movement tomorrow, how are we sure that most of these people will be in support of Biafra and then follow us suit? Because if we don't have these people with us, the dream of having Biafra might be too distant, to capture. So I'm only trying to find out from you what you have done so far in order to embrace and bring those our brothers into this fold, and how have you succeeded in doing that? Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now, sir, you answer the questions.
Yeah. Yes, like we are talking today, the effort that is being made, the station that we have today, that is why a lot of people, when Nnamdi Kanu promoted Radio Biafra London, a lot of people key into it and listening to the station. They got involved in it. He abused that opportunity. That was a very good opportunity of bringing everybody together. I suggested to them that start a broadcasting ethic. Start a broadcast in Ijo. Start a broadcast in Igbo. If you have ethic, Anang, Ibibio, Oron, they all understand ethic. If you start Igbo, all the smaller groups that are denying they are not Igbo, Kwere, Oba, Ekpeye, Indoni, Indoki, all the other smaller groups in River State and in Delta that are denying Igbo, they understand Igbo. So if you start a broadcast in a job, all the Ijaw clans will be part of it. I suggested to them, everybody have his role to play. If you do that with English, with Igbo, with Ijaw, with ethic, it will go around the whole of Biafra and people will continue to listen. That is number one. So if you take that advice and start it that way, you'll find out that you bring the radio station. It's one of the biggest and fastest way of reaching out to people. It's one of the fastest way of reaching out to people. So that you are going to do. To convince the people. Look, let me tell you. People don't want to join because they feel that we will fail. 99% of the rich people in Biafra, irrespective of where they come from, do they contribute a dime to this trouble? They don't contribute a dime. They believe that we are wasting our time, we are going to fail. Somebody called me one day. He said, all the money you have gotten, what is wrong with you? You want to die like a common person, and your body and you will be thrown on the street? Somebody was asking me, with all the money you have, why don't you just walk away and go and enjoy your money? It's my mate. I am 55 years old. He said, oh, look, my brother, forget about this, you are struggle. Biafra today, tomorrow, this one, that one. You have children, you have money, you have comfort, just go abroad. Go and stay in one of your houses. They are not interested. It's not about a group. The whole of Nigerian military is less than 300,000. The whole of Nigerian police force, Nigerian immigration, Nigerian custom, NDLA, road safety, Nigerian prison, DSS, all of them joined together. They are not up to 500,000. So, if we are going to fight, we are fighting 500,000 men. Out of the 500,000 men, maybe 50,000 are Biafran. So there are 450,000. You already have 50,000. Because when the chiefs are down, you are with them, to kill you. So you have no option than to come or to run away, to come and join. So we already have 50,000 men with them, approximately. Then in Biafra land, in Biafra, we can raise 450,000, including the 50,000. That is 500,000 people. It's a big army. A very big army. We don't need every Biafran to come on board. But in the heart of almost every Biafran, even those who are working with them, they are Amechi, the Oji of Carlo, the Timipri Silva, and all those people, even in their heart of heart, they know that their home is in Biafra. Their salvation lies and their dignity lies in independence. That is the question my brother asked. So we are doing our effort, we are making sure that our people come together, but it's difficult to go and tell somebody that come and die, and the person will willingly come and die. It's only mad people like who will see death and be walking into death, who will see arrest and be walking into arrest. In this vicious Tarakula government, on the issue of Ruga, the Ruga settlement, look, these people are in all our forests. Every single forest in Biafra, in Afonja Yoruba land, every forest they are there. It's not only by word of mouth. This is the time to mobilize and come together. Every sincere Biafra to defend every grain of sand of our sacred Biafran soil. So for us, we have to come together. We have to, whether somebody votes or does not vote, it is not what we say in a broadcast like this. There are things that come with resistance. There are things that come with defense. There are things. It's all of us to sit down. People talk about contributing defense funds to Nnamdi Kanu. And I ask, how much is the total defense fund? Somebody said maybe 1 million US dollar. I laugh. What is 1 million US dollars going to be in a story? 1 million US dollars, you give him to chop it or for what? 1 billion US dollars is just 360 million naira. Somebody is buying a Rolls Royce car with 200 and something million naira. One Rolls Royce car, a Biafra. How many Biafrans have Rolls Royce? Go and see them in Lagos. There is this one, Orange Chemist or something.
Orange drugs. Orange drugs, yes.
Yeah, orange drugs. It's house that they opened in Lagos, in Afunja Yoruba land. How many Rolls Royce did they park there? Each of those Rolls Royce is more than 200 million. The house he built, it says how many billion did he use in building that house? So if somebody, a few people contribute $600, $1,000, this, that one, and they give to Nnamdi Kanu and they call it defense fund. It's not defense fund, it's a pleasure fund you are contributing for him. 1 million US dollars is nothing. It will not buy anything. It will not even last 2 days in confrontation. Where you are, if you want to really fight, you want liberation, where your life is, that is where your money should also. We hold one meeting. The all that you are going to hire to hold a meeting is 500,000. The people that will come with it, by the time you finish, you have spent 2 million. Nobody picks money on the streets of India. Nobody picks money on the street of my village. No. People must make sacrifice. We must learn from others' struggle. Do you think that it is with 10 this thing you go and confront the Gajelon Gambari? You can't confront them with 10. You have to be realistic. Tokwa Asari is not a superwoman being. So is also our Zulutuke. So is also these people. We are not superwoman. The much we can do is to call our people hear our voice and be ready. How many Biafrans are in the United States of America that have gone through military training? How many of them? We want Biafra, come back home. Come and teach our people. How many scientists do we have all over the world? Come back home. How many biochemists do we have? Come back home. How many nuclear physicists do we have? Come back home. How many people in drone technology and how many people in drone technology that you have? Come back home. In robotics that you have? Come back home. In mechatronics that you have? Come back home. You can stay in London and do these things. You have to come back home. We have to sit down. We have to trial and error. We get something done. We have dedicated our life. I'm 55. If I died today, my mother died when she was just 30. My father died when he was 60 something. I'm already 55. I don't know when I'm going to die. So let us come back home. Let us leave our comfort zones. Let us come and stand in the heat. Every day we move in this country, we don't know when the vampire will bury his claws in us, in our flesh, and drain our blood. It's a risk. Every day we wake up and we are still alive. We give thanks to the Almighty. If we are really serious about Biafra, we'll come back home. Because there are a lot of things you can do. People who know robotics, people know drone technology, mechatronics, ICT, that have this knowledge come back home. We did it before. Gareth Later and others, but you could set them up. We did it before. We are still how can we be talking about Ogbonigwe now? The primitivity of Ogbonigwe is gone forever. We have entered a new world. That's why when people boast, look at all the boasting that the world has boasted about Iran. Iran is still seizing vessels. The world has known that Iran has gone beyond Iran of yesterday. They are technologically advanced. So all the rhetoric and the boasting and stuff is mellowing down. We are more Biafrans are more knowledgeable than Kutajelong Gambari people. Let us come back home. Technological warfare, cyber warfare, all form of warfare that we can unleash without even leaving our room. If we know drone technology, rocket, ballistics, all those things, or people have studied, let them come back home. Let them be committed. And then those of us who can use our body physically will be able to use our body physically together with those who are going to use their brain. Those who have spiritual power, because it has to do with the spirit also. Because these people are walking in the spirit. We also have to walk in the spirit. That we are going to battle in the spirit and we are going to battle in the physical and we will defeat them.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, before we continue, let me welcome Engineer Dr. Innocent Amadi. Oh, he just disconnected now. Let me welcome frontline journalist. Of course, we know him, Peter Abakaro. Our brother Peter, are you there? Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. So let me equally welcome Engineer Dr. Innocent Amadi to the program. Dr. Amadi, you're welcome to the program. Yeah, he's here with us, of course. Doctor,
Hello.
okay, you're welcome to the program, Engineer Dr. Innocent Amadi. Joining us.
Welcome, my brother. How are you?
We are fine, sir. And of course, you know, Alhaji Mujahid Asari Dokubo is our special guest. You know that already. Let me welcome once again Dr. Chukwuma Gamba. When I called him before, he was offline. Dr. Gamba, you're welcome once again.
My pleasure. Good evening, sir.
Thank you, sir. Now, Alhaji Mujahid Dokubo has taken the last questions. Let me now say those who want to ask questions. Two persons will ask questions, he will respond, and two others will come. Barrister, of course, Honorable Samuel Ezebiro, you are joining us from London right now. Of course, you are there. What question do you have? Please, gentlemen, check your various backgrounds. Check your background, close your windows if you are exposed to the road. Gentlemen on vobi roundtable, check your backgrounds. Honorable Samuel Ezebiro, do you have your question?
Yes, sir.
Okay, take your question, please.
Yeah, my question to our noble brother, Asara Dokubo, is the question of my people from that Niger Delta area. I know he's always well represented and he is part of us. How are those areas prepared to come along with us? Because many of the things I read on social media, that area seems to also have a divided opinion on the view of Biafra.
Okay, now you have asked a question, he has noted it. Peter, our front line, notable journalist, take your question, please.
Good evening. You know, I'm just joining. So I'm a little bit confused. Who is our guest and what's the topic we are discussing?
Okay, we are discussing the security situation in Biafra land today vis-a-vis the threat from yes men, Yeti Allah, and what your Professor Ango Abdullahi said last time that the Fulanis can withstand any tribe, Biafra inclusive. So Alhaji is taking questions on that, giving us updates on the preparedness of our people to withstand any challenges. This is what we are here this evening, and he has already taken some questions. So you can take it off from there and add your own question before he takes over. Unless you
Okay,
want to
first of
listen more,
all, I want
then
to.
okay, go on.
Is this Dokubo or the wife that
Yes,
is
that
on the
is
line?
Alhaji Mujahid Asare Dokubo, you know. They are not two.
Okay, I interviewed him once for some newspaper. I went to his house at Abuja
That's good.
some few years back. He's a man I respect a lot. He's very principle focused and determined.
Thank you.
And on this struggle, he has shown commitment and he has sacrificed far more than any other person. So I think my question should be, what do you think is the way out of this insecurity we are experiencing? Look at yesterday. Yesterday, Chikamna, the former commissioner of information at the state, was coming from Isochi to Enugu. I posted it on Ibokoin today. On approaching the university teaching hospital,
Hospital.
this Fulani yes man ran out of the bush and started sitting at his car. So that will tell you they are gradually spreading across the nation. What is the way out? What are we going to do? Thank you.
Alhaji, sir.
Yes. Our brother asked this reoccurring question about our people in this region. First and foremost, I want to say that a lot of people have unilaterally drawn Biafran map without considering what is legally Biafra. The legal boundaries of Biafra. I have in front of me Brothers at War, Biafra and Nigeria, John the Saint, Jory, Brothers at War, written by one John the Saint, Jory. I just acquired the book today, and in the book, it stated the boundaries of Biafra and Benin Republic, which was declared during the course of the war. Now, the boundaries of Biafra are the former Eastern region that was declared on the 30th of May 1967. Today, we are hearing people, including in Biafra. I don't know how they get it. Orobo, Isoko, Bini, Igala, Idoma, Egede, and all sorts. That is the same mistake Nnamdi Azikiwe made. He wanted a big country. He wanted everybody to be in the big country. And today, this is where we are today. If any other people want to join us, if the Orobos want to join us, a referendum should be held in Orobo territory. If Isoko want to join us, if Shekiri want to join us, if Bini want to join us, if Isaka want to join us, if Gala want to join us, if Egede want to join us, they should. If the Jaws who are outside the borders of Biafra want to join us, it's easier because we already have a formidable parent, a job body, job people. We can hold the referendum and all the jobs from Ondo State down to the borders of Biafra and say we have joined. It's much easier. But if we go and carry people that are not willing, they are not part, we want to force them because we want territory. We want to force them. We want to force the robots, the Checkmate, the Soko, the Benin, the others. Of what use are they to us? Far from territory. If we are going to go to war, of what use? We are bringing enemies into our house. They are not convinced about Biafra. They hate Biafra. And we want to bring them inside our house. There is no need for it. The Biafran territory, as at May 30th, 1967, is a recognized international borders of Biafra, recognized by Cote d'Ivoire, recognized by Tanzania, recognized by Gabon. These are the internationally recognized borders of Biafra. Anybody who wants to use the Swansea to bring other people inside Biafra, let the people hold a referendum. And let the unions in Biafra decide that we want these people to join us. As my uncle would say, let them not come and accumulate us. Having said that, on the security situation, for me, we should set up local vigilantes. All the other nitty-gritty of what we are going to do is inside our belly. Local vigilantes should be set up. Communication gadgets should be put in every community. Every community should be made to set up communication gadgets. Radio communication, two-way radio communication, connecting the whole of Biafra. So if anything happens anywhere, we don't need to use their network. We use two-way radio and we call on the other communities to come to the aid so that one community is not attacked, isolate one community and attack and they proceed. So that every community will be up and ready. So we set up communication centers all over Biafra land. So that if one village is being attacked, the next villages are also prepared to come to their aid, isolate the enemy and wipe him out. They have no reason to be on our land. They are trespassing on our land. Who asked them to come into our land? Why are we being city and considering them? They have no business on our land and they must get out of our land. Even discussing the topic is becoming irritating. There is no Fulani settlement in any part of the dollar. That's the truth.
Honestly,
the governor of Bayelsa State confined them to one Bayelsa farm. Even there, they are afraid because they know that our people will kill them. But go to just border in Delta State, Oro. It's an Orobo town. The next in Jos village is Aven. They have never crossed into Aven before. As I'm talking to you in Oro, which is an Orobo place, they are the people selling land. If you want to build a land, you are in a house, you are an Orobo man at in Oro. You have to buy land from a Fulani man.
That is strange.
A Fulani man must permit you to to build a house at all. But the next village is out there. It's an Ijaw town. They don't even take their cattle there. In River State, Ikwereland, if you are going to Obakere, you will sit down with their family. One day we are going, the person driving me is an Ikwere boy, he's from Rumuche. Emma, we saw them with their children, their women, their cattle. They were going, and I asked him, yeah, they are in this school, I'm making bill. I said, but they are passing the school. But in less than 2 kilometers is a bridge across Osema, it's an Ijaw village. If you stop and ask them to go, they say we are not going. So what they are doing, they are surrounding us. They believe that all these other people, they can kill them anyhow they like. So they are surrounding us. One day we'll be sleeping in our Ijaw village, they will just come knocking and kill all of us. You tell our people say, Alhaji Dokwasari is a madman. Alhaji Dokwasari had sold the Ijaw people to Igbo people. Alhaji Dokwasari is a sick man. Igbo people are giving him 10 billion. All sorts of stories. It's so serious. We are doing our effort. We are gathering our people. As I'm talking to you, our people that can come on the 17th of this month to the launching that we are doing, you will see a lot of Ijaw people. We have made inroads. But I cannot say that of Ikwere people. I cannot say that of Ogoni people. I cannot say that of other people. I cannot arrogate to myself what I don't know about other people. But in Ijaw land, we have made inroads, both Ijaw in Biafra and Ijaw outside Biafra. We can now fly Biafran flag in almost every Ijaw village. All Biafran meeting in almost every Ijaw village. The last meeting we held on the 30th was held at Anven. It was held at Obama. And nobody came to challenge us. We are making sacrifices, but it is tough. It is very, very tough. Whoever does not want to join us, like I said before, 500,000 Biafra compared to 10 million, 20 million, 30 million Biafra is nothing. What we need is just we don't need even 1 million Biafra. 500,000 Biafrans will give Nigeria, we will give these Fulani people the greatest grace they will never dream of. We don't even need 500,000. I know that every Biafran is an atomic bomb. Every Biafran is an atomic bomb. As time is going, you will see what will happen. So for me, I am not perturbed. I'm not disturbed. I know that victory is inside. That by the grace of God, we will win. And the defeat they will suffer will end the Fulani hegemony all over Africa. It will end the Fulani hegemony in Rwanda. It will end the Fulani hegemony everywhere that they are found. Because we are going to, once we get up, others will get up and give them, and they will regret this evil they've visited on other people. Because the revenge everywhere, from Guinea down to Rwanda, people will take against them. It will be so far-reaching that they will regret that they started the evil against the people when the people were docile.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you exceedingly. Of course, with time, I will come up with follow-up questions, but for the time being, let me give our co-participants a chance to ask more questions. Engineer Dr. Innocent Amade, of course, President of the Human Rights Initiative, Biafra Land. Engineer Amade, do you have a question for Alhaji, sir? Engineer Dr. Innocent Amade. I know you're online.
He knows that Amadi is my senior brother. He will not have
Yes,
any
I know.
question.
He's with us. I don't know if he's getting me clear
He's my
now.
senior brother. He will not ask any question.
Okay, let me go to Japan. HS and Udez, are you there? Oh, sorry, please, I told you something. HS and Udez, Japan, are you with us?
Yeah, hello.
Okay, HS, please make it very, very brief. Ask your question.
Yeah, my brother.
Yeah.
Atlantic, how are you doing?
No, HS, please
Yeah,
change your
you
position.
heard me?
Sorry, please, HS, change your position. Service is not clear at all.
Yeah.
Adjust your position.
Yeah.
But,
It's looking better now. It's looking better now.
Oh, sorry. I asked HS,
yeah.
excuse me, please. I asked HS to ask question, not any other person. Please. Now, HS, over to you.
Hello, Mr. Senegano. Are you hearing me?
Yes, go on.
Thank you so much. Actually, I don't have any question to ask or anything to say because I always used to say that what you're holding in your hand, you don't need mirror to look at it. Here you are all sheep aside of the law are saved, and they are all truth, and we understand the system of IPOB and what's going on IPOB. He is not only the person that are trying to assassinate, we are among every one of us who doesn't accept or believe their deceit and lies in the name of Biafra. They are ready to destroy anybody. And besides, like aside of what I said, I keep on saying it. Now the kind and Co are not for Biafra, they are not for freedom, they are for Nigeria and for Britain, British government. All they are trying to do is to bring division among the struggle, the Biafra struggle. That is their main game. The reason why they are trying to strike on Asada Obon, the reason why they start provoking him is for him to pull out from this struggle completely, or for him to divide the struggle more and get some Asada Obon, IPOB, and other people will also have. The system of divide and rule is their system, that's all that they're doing. They want to divide the group, divide everything. That's why when you advise them or when you caution them, they'll ask you to go and open your own group. Because they know by opening hundreds of thousands of groups, we keep on dividing ourselves, dividing our minds, and dividing the freedom for mankind. So I don't think I have much to say. All I have to say is to advise Chief aside of football to be careful, aside of football, to be careful and watch his side. I know the type of people he is dealing with because these people are ready to kill anybody. They are ready to do anything humanly possible to pull away anybody who is trying to expose their evil and their system way and their way of trying to destroy Biafra. They are ready to destroy anybody, to murder anybody, in as much as you don't agree on what they are saying. So I think around the side of a bush should be more security conscious because this is what everybody is passing through, and I thank God too that Elijah side of God also find this truth. He has also saw this truth which we saw long ago, and people are lamenting and talking about it. Since he has now understand it and saw it the way saw it long ago, he has to defend himself and protect himself and other people around him who is close to him. He has to also find a way to defend them and protect them because these people are evil. They are ready to destroy anything at all.
Okay.
I could remember the first time I found out who Nnamdi is. When I was saying it, one of the person that brought me into this trouble warned me never to try it because now the time is ready to wipe away anybody who will stop this his business and deal with the Nigerian government. Let me stop here for now. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chesona. Now, Honorable Samuel Ezebiro is putting a question on writing from London. Please, Al-Hadi, sorry, Mujahid Dokubo. Honorable Ezebiro is asking, is it not high time we started the full-blown internal Biafran government? That's the question he asked. You have heard what Churches has said. Then let me call Engineer Innocent Amado was asking a question, but service was very, very poor at his own end. Let me see if it's clear. If it is clearer now. Engineer Dr. Amado, are you online with us right now? Are you back with us? I don't know if service has improved.
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Okay, okay, it has got
I'm hearing you.
uh, it's still very, very poor. We can't get to a clearer place. Just I will still come back to you, Engineer Dr. Innocent Amado, please. Bear with me. Now, let me ask somebody to take another question before Alhaji will come in. Sonny Emmanuel Mwabisi join us from Biafra land right now. Sonny, ask your question, provided you make it very, very brief. Sonny Emmanuel Mwabisi.
Yeah, thank you, my brother Ikenna. I want to thank our greatest brother. You are called Eddie Abani, but I want to give you that very name you told us that very day at Owerri here. That name, Ozemenam, which your grandfather gave to you. My brother Ozemenam Alaji Asare Dokubo, I thank you very much. I don't have any other question. I don't have any question to ask you, but I want to say a very big thank you for coming on air to educate our people more about the truth about the Biafra struggle. And I will way forward for us to follow for the liberation. I want to use this opportunity. Already, we have a newspaper on ground, which is the great newspaper, and I want to use this opportunity. I know that our National Director of Information, in the person of Chris Mochian, already have wrote to you. We would like to have this thing, an interview on the newspaper with you because the very first edition we interviewed our leader Chief Dr. Rafa was UK and he made mention of a lot of things, even including you and the way forward for the Biafra struggle. So I want to use this opportunity to tell you that we are waiting on you to give us the time to come and have this interview with you so that our people will know more about the way forward about this Biafran liberation because many people have been brainwashed. Chief Dr. Rafa has set out a platform that will let our people know the truth about the struggle. So, and at the same time, I want to say a very big thank you, and we look forward for the time you will invite us to come and have the interview with you. Thank you, my brother.
Okay, thank you so much, Sonny. Now, Ume must ask your question and then Alhaji will take over. Ume Maslenus. Ume Maslis Lagos. Or if you are not getting me, Uchenna Okeke, Makrodi. Uchenna Okeke.
Yeah, good evening, the moderator, Ikenna Olibi Egon. And at the same time, I want to welcome our senior bros, Alahaji Asare Dokubo, the Eddie Abani one. I really don't have any question because Alahaji himself is a question that we all must answer. It's a question that I must answer because I am always proud whenever I hear about him. I am proud of him because he has been a pillar in Ijon land, raising the flag of Biafra higher in Ijon land. And it is my prayer that God will continue to protect him from all his foes. They will never see him and he will never see them. And I will continue to grow higher and higher. Inshallah. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. So, Alhaji, please, you respond to some of the comments they made before that people will take their questions. Alhaji, sir.
Yes, for me, we should not spend all our time dwelling on Nnamdi Kanu and what he's going to do. He will continue to do what he's doing. He's not going to stop. But as time goes on, it will fade away. Let us be rest assured. The people will know that it's a con man, and the people will live in it. So let us not waste our time. Engineer Innocent, he knows very well. When Nnamdi came out of prison, he did everything to come and see me in Port Harcourt. Engineer Hamadi and others said, please, oh, don't see him, or don't do this. Oh. But at the end of the day, as God will have it, that when you see him, you give him unnecessary legitimacy. So let us not spend all our time dwelling on him. On the issue of Biafran land and the liberation of Biafra, for me, it's our collective responsibility. Collective, as I said before, that every one of us, we have to sacrifice. If Fulani people are in all our forests, they have come here and they are now inside our forest. They are in Enugu State, they are in Rivers State, they are in Bayelsa, they are in Ebonyi, they are in Cross River, they are everywhere. What of we? Why can't we come home, make sacrifices? Those of us, like I said before, it is better for us to come back home and make the sacrifices that will free us. Because if our specialists in various fields come back home, it will not take us long to organize ourselves. If Fulanis can live in our forest, why can't we live in our own forest? If Fulanis can live in our forest, why can't we live in our own forest to do what we want to do? We cannot be saying we want to enjoy, we want to live a good life, and still want Biafra. That's why I said we should leave our comfort zone and receive some heat. Come. Those of us who have better knowledge in the areas that can give us the power that can weaponize every Biafran. Like I said, every Biafran is an atomic bomb. When you come, when we weaponize Biafra, they will stand up and fight. But if we stay far away and think that $1,000 is enough for defense fund, how many $1,000 will we collect that will give us 10 million, 20 million US dollars? How many $1,000 will we collect? 100 million of our money was given to Miati Allah. 100 billion of our money was given to Miati Allah. Nothing happened. The money, our money that Abacha stole, was returned and was restolen by Buhari. Nothing happened. Now they have given 2 point something billion to themselves. Nothing happened. How long will it take us to contribute 2 point something in defense fund? Biafra is not wishful thinking. It's not bedroom talk. We should put our money where our life is, not where our mouth is. Where our life is. We should be ready to do that. That is what I will say. And that's the only way we can be free, not by wishful thinking. Biafra cannot come from heaven.
Okay, sir. Now, take this question, sir. First, there are 2 questions I will put across to you. First, some people are saying, both secretly and equally in the open, that in spite Kano's IPOB and their brigandage, that a corporation, a serious, sincere cooperation between you and Chief Wazirike is enough to give us Biafra, is enough to frighten the Nigerian government. And that if two of you cooperate, going by the word cooperation, is it not high time, like we asked before, both of you put heads together and start internal Biafra government administration like it's done in Catalonia, like it is done in Scotland, even today in Palestine? That is the first question. Number two, Ezebiro also sent a say asking that you should please shed more light on steps to take in Biafran unity to make sure that this internal government starts functioning. Because if we start first with internal government, it's going to harmonize our people. Then we take some decisions. Alhaji sir.
Thank you very much. Myself and my senior brother was okay. We have been communicating and we really don't have any problem. Any day, any time we want to meet. If he calls me, I go. If I have any calls, to also say I invite my senior brother, he has always come. For me, I feel that the time is not right for that.
Okay.
Why the time is not right for that is that we open up our flank unnecessary for the enemy to attack us. It is not in our best interest to have give our enemies cause to attack us and do some things. When the time is right, all these things, we cannot put the cat before the horse. When the time is right, we will come together. It's a very simple thing. There is no difference. We don't have any problem. We don't have any problem whatsoever that between two of us that cannot be solved. As far as I'm concerned, my senior brother Wazuke is older than me, and you respect those who are older than you, and I will continue to accord him that respect as a younger brother. So I don't feel anything. The same way myself and Engineer Madi relates. I relate with everybody.
That's so great, sir. Now, let me call Valentine Ugoji from Port Harcourt. He would like to ask a question. Valentine Ugoji, are you online with us?
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Ikenna. I welcome our guest tonight, Alhaji Mujihab Asari Dokubo, to tonight's broadcast. I've been listening for quite some time now to the speeches and the explanations and ideas that are coming from him. In the area of security, I want to ask, can you hear me?
Yes, go on.
I want to ask, because we were talking of forming a kind of vigilante and getting communication gadgets and what have you. Now, how do we connect the South-South and the Southeast in this regard? And also the communications, because I believe it will be all over from the south to the southeast, excluding those territories that are not Biafra, which maybe they want to come in or they have the intention of coming in. So how do we start forming all these things? Because we need consultations. If I am not mistaken, we need to talk to people. We need to bring up the youth, bring them together. And I know that some of them maybe they have bias mind over some certain things which they need orientation for them to know what is going on now. So from the grassroots, how do we connect these regions to start up these things and also to get communication gadgets and what have you? This is the question I have tonight, please.
Okay, thank you very much, Valentine. Let me, before he answers, let me go to Judy Chichoke to add his own question. Judy Chichoke, Lagos.
Yeah, thank you very much, Ikenna, moderator. I would like to say welcome once again our great man as a Mujahid Asari Dokubo for coming once again to our broadcast. You know, I really appreciate his presence. Now, my question is has to do with the area where Asari Dokubo emphasized on the interest of all Biafrans ethnic group speaking with a single voice. You know, because that area is very, very important. And from the way he has mentioned it, he has made it clear that there are other languages which I can assure you that I cannot even understand. So my question is, what effort can he make in order to ensure that Ijaw language in particular, at least, are being also broadcast, are being also included in each of our broadcasts, because we always need the area where we can always be emphasizing on our own news. Like, for example, he has made a lot of videos. I'm referring to Asari Dokubo in particular. He has debunked a lot of lies against him, against the Biafran struggle, against the job people. You know, people are always looking for a channel, places where they can actually hear the truth. And today,
Yeah, it appears we have lost him.
we are.
Okay, go on, Jude.
Yeah, so let's say we have our radio and our TVs, and we also have the internet. What efforts can you add to ensure that not just only Ijaw language comes on the net, on our radio and TV, but also the other, topics that made up Biafra? Since it's more clearer to you, I think that is my question.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much, Jude. Before our guest speaker takes on that, let me chip in something here. I had him before when such question was asked, you know, and he responded that in the heydays of Radio Biafra London, he suggested to Nnamdi Kanu to include every Biafran language so as to accommodate everybody in the struggle. And I remember vividly that not so long ago, while here in Germany broadcasting, I emphasized that it would be very, very appropriate for us to be using other Biafran languages like Ijaw, Efik, Ibibio. I emphasized that. I even made a post that anybody from Ijaw, Ibibio, Efik axis who would like to be part of the broadcast using their own language, let me know. We're going to create a chance for the person to be talking to us from whatever location. I will capture it here or intercept it here and then relate to the whole world. So we're still on that, in all honesty. Then secondly, before I asked Alhaji to come in the area of like Valentine tried to ask gadgets, not so long ago, let me say a month plus ago, I visited the one German military outlet. I'm not trying to reveal some secrets. I'm trying to say something as somebody who enjoys freedom of movement and association. So I visited one German military outlet, and the type of gadgets I saw there were outstanding, outstanding and astounding. Like Alhaji said, communication gadgets, this walkie-talkie and what have you. There were some I saw. when I asked questions, one of the military officers told me that if somebody is holding that particular type of walkie-talkie, let me say at Enugu, he talks, the person at Yedegua will capture it immediately within seconds. The person in Calabar will capture it. So for us, it's the same type of coded gadgets. Once they are coded from the data zone or base, if one person is holding one at Enugu, one is holding in Calabar, Yenegua, different locations in Biafra land. Once one person talks, the next 2 seconds, other people have captured it. So I noted it. Of course, I snapped pictures of that and put it where I put things. I'm giving this. I'm giving Alhaji this information in case they need to arise. Secondly, I also equally saw some types of bulletproofs that looks like ordinary t-shirt, ordinary singlet. If you are wearing it, people will think you are wearing ordinary singlet, but you wouldn't know that it's such highly sophisticated bulletproofs. These are things when the time comes, we have to talk with some of the people here and know how to make them available. So, this is the information to Alhaji. That's why he's asking the question. So, over to you, Alhaji, sir.
Yes, when I was president of the Youth Council, I linked up the whole of Ijaw land with two-way radio, walkie-talkie, and this other one that is used in seagoing vessel all over Ijaw land. So if there was any problem anywhere in Ijaw land, immediately all over Ijaw land, everywhere in Ijaw land is connected. When I left as president, it fell into disuse. They are not using it. It's not very expensive. Once you put up the radio at one location and other people put it on, you program it. You can be talking to them. And so the closer they are, the better. So if somebody talk from Enugu, it might not get to Port Harcourt. But if there's an unbroken chain of all the communities being connected to radio communication, every community will receive, because once this community closes to the last community receive the other one, that's how they will transmit the information all over Biafra. So it's a very easy thing, it's not expensive. By the time each community have about 100,000 naira, 100,000 naira, all the communities may have gotten a radio in their place. 100,000. Because recently we got some for some communities, and it was about 115,000 that we used 20 radio and a base. So it is easy to get these radios on for all our communities. Each of the communities should be educated that in this time there's a need to work together. There to be a synergy amongst all of us, so that we'll be transmitting from one place to another.
Okay, sir. Now, let me ask you a very important question again. Some people believe, and I buy the idea, that for us to march on the enemy and to surmount them easily, we equally need to have some friends outside Africa with whom we are going to have a kind of MOU, Memorandum of Understanding, and say, oh, if you assist us and we get through, we give a contract to build our airports, our stadia, our seaports and airport seaports and what all those infrastructure. Now the question is, are there efforts being made in this regard to say let us reach out to Israel, North Korea, Russia, France, America, as the case may be, if America wouldn't play the British politics, some of these friendly countries that will say, oh, come and assist us Give us this after we pay you using our code or whatever. Chief, sir, I mean, Alhaji, sir, much as it's not everything we are going to disclose publicly, are there any efforts being made in this regard, trying to have some international connections for the supply of necessary materials in case of it? Alhaji,
I
sir.
think that is the best. That is the best way for all of us to go. While not, while doing that, we should also keep our dignity intact. Because if we don't keep our dignity intact, we'll get into another form of coloniality. So while we try to, that is the effort of our people in diaspora to go around, make friends in government, in various government, and to see the government that will support us. The people that will support us, businessmen, not only government, but even individuals that will support our cause and will be part and parcel of our cause.
Yes.
It will be one of the biggest achievements that we will be able to have achieved, have done if we do that. But it's not to go about, you just go about, tell people we have now become so, 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 and so
Exactly.
because we are looking for this thing. No, that is not what Biafra will be. Biafra will not leave one form of coloniality to another form of coloniality. We are ready to work with people, all friendly government, all friendly individuals, for the main purpose of achieving Biafra.
Okay, sir. Now, sir, another question is this. If I ask this question, I will throw the floor open for other people to ask their questions. Then I will read the board, the dashboard to know questions being sent in by our people here from different parts of the world. And let me say, Chief the best, okay, say Biafra is the life to African continent. So let the Africans support Biafran independence, even the United States of the Biafra independence, what we call United States of Biafra. That is true. Now, sir, we have the Biafran Charter. You are aware of it, the Biafran Charter. Anybody who goes through the content of this Biafran Charter will give kudos to those who drafted it. Now, in fact, it's a masterpiece. And from this, we understand that Biafra is going to be a confederation where each particular component unit shall control their own God-given resources while paying minimal percentage to the federal government for the maintenance of armed forces and foreign affairs. So, to what extent have you begun in trying to apply the Biafran Charter to make sure that everybody gets it as a possession to study it?
Yes, but the Biafran Charter is one of the best documents that I have read, and I've talked about it because it gives it gives a lie to all that had been said about Biafra by those who are willing tools in the hands of the enemy.
Yes.
Now, having said that, my quarrel with the charter is also the inclusion of people who are not Biafran.
Okay.
Yes, the inclusion of people who are not Biafran. Why I say this, like I said before, Biafra, recognized Biafra is only the territory of Biafra on the 30th of June 1967, on the 30th of May 1967. Any other that was not part of Biafra are people who want to join Biafra. They are not Biafran there. And if they want to join Biafra, two things are there. One, there will be a referendum, a plebiscite held in that territory that wants to join Biafra. The second one is after the plebiscite, the Biafran Union, because if we are a confederation, then we will not be United States of Biafra. If we're a confederation, then we're going to be Union of Biafran States. It is going to be Union of Biafran States, because if we're a confederation, which is the best form of government for us.
Okay.
So as confederation, we're Union of Biafran States. Then all the union in Biafra will also vote whether we want to accept these people to join us. So all the union inside Biafra will say, do you want what's their name, Robo to join us? And they say yes. Then they will vote to take majority of the assemblies of the various union, or want a simple majority uh, of the union can decide for us to join. So we're looking at the Biafran Charter. We should confine the territories in the Biafran Charter to strictly Biafra that is internationally recognized. That is the only thing. But the document is, it has, whenever I show the document to people, hey, don't mind them, don't mind them. They want to use it to cajole. I say, so as I am, somebody will cajole me. Are you more intelligent than me? You know, a lot of people. And for me, we should talk, even in our broadcast, you should dwell more and more on talking about the Biafran Charter.
That's great.
Because the more people hear about it, the more they will be committed to it.
Exactly. I agree with you, sir. Now, let me ask Bright, joining us from Polytechnic Nekede. Bright, are you there? Bright, can you get me? You asked your question. I don't know. Ume Masli is joining from Lagos. Ume, are you there?
This is Valentine, Dr. Valentine from Malaysia.
Okay.
From Lagos.
Okay. Ask your question, please, Doctor.
I wish to ask a question. It has been a very big, it has been something that has been bothering me about Biafra to come. Actually, I believe that once Biafra comes in, everything will be okay. We'll start our own currency, different type of things will start emerging. But what are the necessary steps we, as these very members of this wonderful state are rising? What are we expected to do apart from currently Nigeria is really the current government is really disturbing us from carrying out our rallies and showing up our interest in our yet country to come. What exactly are we expected to be doing? Thank you.
Alhaji sir, you got the question.
Yes. I think that open rallies and so on, are things that should come on when we're underground. We have done enough mobilization. Because let me tell you, if 1 million people if 1 million people come out on the streets of Port Harcourt, the army will surrender. 1 million people. If you bring 10,000, 5,000 people and claim there are 5 million people, you are only going to deceive yourself. You are not deceiving any other person. That's the truth of the matter. What you do is that 5,000 people assemble. I'm looking at a picture of people marching on the street now as I'm talking to you. And somebody captured 5 million people, and I laugh. The people here are not up to 10,000. If the people are not up to 10,000, the police come and they run. But if the people see the number very well, they will run. they will definitely run away.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much,
That's
sir.
the truth of the matter.
Okay, sir. We so much appreciate that. Now, let me ask one more question. After that, I throw the floor open for the last one because we have literally, spent 2 hours. So we will continue to stretch you. I know you are equal to the task. Now, in the last few days, Omoyele Showore of Sahara Reporters called for a revolution now. Of course, we quite understood that in his call for a revolution now, he is bent towards one Nigeria. Uh, Surprisingly, well, let me not say surprisingly, by sheer coincidence, Nnamdi Kanu is equally a cohort in this revolution now, calling for a united Nigeria against what Biafra stands for. Now, when Omoyele Showore called for this particular revolution, trying to enjoy all the states in the outgoing Nigeria, I personally made a series of posts advising every Biafran, whether Igbo, Ijo, Ibibio, Efik, never to be part and parcel of that particular protest called the revolution now. I followed it up, and to God be the glory that our people adhered strictly to that, apart from his advice given by other people. Now, sir, considering what this man is now talking about revolution now, do you think if he becomes pronounced very, very well, the Biafran side will be part of that particular jamboree, let me call it? And how sir?
Surprisingly, a lot of people don't know that Sowore is an Ijaw boy.
Mhm.
Sowore is an Ijaw boy from an Ijaw clan called known as Afoy in Ondo State. It's not a Yoruba boy. Sowore is a scammer. I know him very well. I was very acquainted to him from when he was a student union leader at Unilag. I go to his hostel, we talk, we eat together, we do things together. Sowore was very close to late Oronto Douglas, and I don't know what happened that Oronto was not able to convince him to support Goodluck, and he fell into the hands of the opposition. Now, as far as I'm concerned, it does not concern me. This is not a revolution. The revolution that I want is a revolution that will lead to the independence of the Biafran state. I don't want to dissipate my energy in trying to get accolades from people outside Biafra. If you like, call me a bigot. If you like, call me any name you like. That is your business. As far as I am concerned, this is another scam that has come on to divert our attention. They are not talking of any revolution that will continue to hold our people down, that will continue to make our people look stupid. I am not interested.
That's a very wonderful answer, sir.
I am not part of it.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, gentlemen of the crew from various locations joining us, let us take the last 5 minutes. If you have any random question, throw it, and then we call it a day because we have really spent right now 2 good hours in this program, and we would like to continue. So, gentlemen, please, if you have any random question, now you are free to ask, and we call it a day.
Yeah, you can please let me just ask one final question.
Okay,
to Alhaji.
Okay,
Alhaji, thank you very much. We have heard you and all the things you have said. In fact, that shows that you are really very, very versatile over what we are struggling for.
Honestly.
Like I said, my name is Anthony Moaneke. My final question to you is this, because anytime you are doing something, there is always a lieutenant around you. In case You are retired. Let me just put it that way. I don't want to put it the other way around. But as an elderly statesman, you should understand what I'm talking about. Would there be any other person you can say, like today, when Ojuku was there, Wazurike was presented, and then at the time they went for a conference and all that. My question is, in this Ijo Kum, all the Biafra land in this place, will there be somebody who will represent you when you are not there in this place? Or does it mean when you are not there, the Biafran struggle in this place will die a natural death?
To the truth, but I think that should be an internal matter. I don't know. I heard what you say.
No. For me, we have organizations, and these organizations have members across board. The problem is most times when one is around, others might not be able to come out. Let me give you an example. Nnamdi Kanu was talking on radio. He was talking on radio. Others too can open their radio station and start talking. But everybody left him to talk, believing that what he's saying is for all of us. But when people realized that it was no longer for all of us, it was for Nnamdi Kanu and his people. Today we have another station. It is very clear we are talking, not another. They issued or they went around warning people not to listen to this station. This station is fake. This station is the Nigerian government. There was nothing they did not say about this station. Is this station not alive? It is alive. So also, it's a matter of time. For me, there are better people than myself in this region. But because I'm around, they will not be able to come out within the organization. When I'm no longer around, or even if as I am around, if I am doing something else, other people will emerge. And I assure you, in the next few weeks, you'll see a lot of people that will come out. Because
Thank you very much,
the
sir.
Biafran struggle will be in top gear by the next couple of weeks.
Thank you so much, sir.
You'll see it will be
Thank you very
what
much,
is going
sir.
to happen in the next couple of weeks.
Thank you so much, sir. We so much appreciate.
Thank you very much.
Honestly, when Nnamdi Kanu monopolized Radio Biafra London and made it his own personal PLC, misinforming our people, we could no longer, at that point in time, tolerate his growing excesses. Compelled by necessity, Chief Dr. Afuwazike had to instruct me to open this particular station. And the instruction was that we must never use this station to abuse anybody or bodies. Rather, to use it and seek public opinions, bring our people together for a common cause. And I have the pleasure to inform that Alhaji sir, this is their second coming to this particular program. Sometime last year or so, you were our guest, special guest of course, and you spoke extensively.
Yes.
Professor Ango Abdullahi has been with us 3 times. Alhaji Barebe Musa, former governor of Kaduna State, was our guest a year plus ago. Dr. Emeka Ezife, former governor of Anambra State, at a point was equally our guest. Femi Fanekayode, the late Frederick Fashion. Most of these people, the president of Alibo Development Foundation, Professor Usodimangwana, and a lot of others, we bring them together to seek their views because these are people who know better. We don't claim anything. So this is the essence of this particular station. We mobilize our people, talk to our people. And just like Chief Owasike said some time ago, we have to reach out to our brothers in the coastal regions, bring in their language, bring in everybody for us to be working as a family. So this is what we hold so dear in this particular station. And we so much appreciate that whenever we call you, you answer us. You can imagine since the establishment of Radio Biafra London, monopolized by Kanu, Has he ever invited anybody for an interview to seek opinion? Everything becomes a monologue. One person will come and talk and rant, and every other day, that's it all. So we so much appreciate your coming, Alhaji Mujahid Asari Dokubo, the Alama Diaba.
Thank you very much.
We so much thank you 1,000 times. You are a full-fledged, blooded Biafran, and our people are tied to you by compulsory gratitude. And we must continue to tell anybody who threatens your life that we are there solidly around you to form a shield. Yes. So this is what we are going to do. Fear not, we are with you. We are with you at all times, morning, noon, and night. We so much thank you, and we thank you 1,000 times to all of you that have contributed to this wonderful program. Jude Chijoke, Lagos, Valentine Ogoji, Port Harcourt, HS na Udeze, Japan, Tony Moneke, Germany, Udog Mwinya, Denmark, Uchenna Okeke, Benue State, that is in Makurdi, and of course, it's funny in Mali, the YBC, Biafra Land, Engineer Dr. Innocent Amadi, Biafra Land, Mr. Peter Abakalo of the Sun Newspapers, a frontline journalist, of course, we thank you. Dr. Egemba, Barrister Ian, Samuel Ezebiro, Honorable London, and all of you that you have been part and parcel of this particular wonderful program. Let me announce that in 2 days' time, on Wednesday, same time, Dr. Onyanwodo shall be our guest speaker. We thank all of you 1,000 times. And let me say, Alhaji, please, your final words to our fellow Biafrans, your advice to Biafra before we call it a day.
My brothers and sisters, like I said before, our ultimate goal in life should be our independence, the independence of the Biafran state. And to achieve that, there are many Biafrans who are specialists in different fields. The world now, as we are talking, we live in the ICT world. And in the different branches of ICT, we have robotics, we have drone technology, we have mechatronics. If we don't come together, come home, and use this knowledge to weaponize the stuff. Those of you who did chemistry, biochemistry, virology, and so on, it is good for us to come on because it is going to help our struggle. Those of us who have spiritual and metaphysical power, it is also good for us to come back because this battle will be fought in the physical and in the spiritual. For me, I am 55 years old. I have seen a lot in this life. And the only thing that will complete my life and make me feel to leave this world in peace is when Biafra is in the place.
Thank you so much, Alhaji Mujahid Asari Dokubo, the Alame Jabal of Kalabari. We thank you 1,000 times. Remain ever blessed and good night. Thank you very much, sir.
Amen. Amen. Uncle. Thank you, sir. Good night.
Distinguished compatriots from the satellite station of the Voice of Biafra International, it has been a very wonderful 2-hour program with a Biafran personality, Alhaji Mujahid Asari Dokubo, talking to Biafrans on the sensibilities of certain matters, security-wise, as concern our people. He went as far as trying to let the cat out of the bag, reminding our people some of the things we have forgotten, and promising indeed to, side by side with the Chief Dr. Rafu Wazike, to lead our people to the promised land. Of course, we so much trust them and we believe vicariously on the strength of the two gentlemen. We thank you 1,000 times. We shall continue to inform you. We shall continue to bring you updates of what is happening everywhere in Biafra land, in Nigeria, in Africa, and the whole world. This is what we are here for. This week, Wednesday, that is August 7th, 8 p.m. Biafra time. Dr. Nyanwodo, President General Ohaneze Ndibo, shall be our guest. Till then, let me say thank you 1,000 times, fellow competitors. Thank you 1,000 times, distinguished guests. Thank you 1,000 times, all of you who participated. Thank you 1,000 times, thousands of you who logged on monitoring our program from different locations of the world. From South Africa, from Cameroon, from the States of America, Asia, here and there. The list was so overwhelming. We thank all of you. Once again, this is Ikenna Ubiegono, your program coordinator. Thank you and remain blessed.